1,700 kinds of plants in the Arctic and subarctic. These include low shrubs, moist, liverwort grasses, 400 varieties of flowers, and slow-loose lynch. Okay. There also are animals that depend on water, the little bit of water that they do get in the tundra, which are voles, caribou, Arctic hares, and squirrels, Arctic foxes, wolves, polar bears, ravens, snow bunting, falcons, loons, spider pipers, terns, snowbirds, and various species of gulls. Okay, there's the other ecosystem I was talking to you about in tundra is alpine tundra. This is located in the mountains near the world's high altitude where trees cannot grow. The growing season is approximately 180 days. Unlike the Arctic, the tundra soil, soil in the alpine tundra, the soil alpine as well is drained. The plants are very similar to those in the Arctic ones, which include the dark trees, small leafy shrubs, and heaths. Animals living in the alpine tundra are also well adapted.
The desert. The desert is dry and hot and silent and is near the equator, so there's not much rainfall. The precipitation in the hot and dry desert and the precipitation in the cold desert is different. The hot and dry deserts have very little rainfall, and the cold deserts have a lot of snow. In the winters, there's very little rainfall, if any. In the spring, it's barely warm enough for grasses and mosses to grow, so vegetation is very rare. The animals in the desert are coyotes, foxes, scorpions, ring-tailed cats, antelope, skunks, mole deer, boars, and in other places, lions and elephants.
Okay, so now we're going to have to, as a group, the directions say that we have to, after our discussion, we're going to have to come up with a conclusion on which ecosystem relies most on the special properties of water to support the organisms living within it. So, which ecosystem do we think that relies mostly on the water?
Coral reefs.
The coral reefs. Well, what about the rainforest? They rely a lot on water, like Michael said. What do y'all think about that?
It does, but
the coral reef.
I think the coral reef because it grows in water, and if it's in the water, there's gonna be no coral reef.
Yeah, like some of the organisms that you talked about, like
some of them use water for to defend themselves.
Like the blowfish.
Yes, and the stuff that grows, like the seagrass, that's food for other animals that live in coral reefs.
Okay, yeah, so that feeds the turtles and stuff. So if there was no seagrass, then we wouldn't have like the animals and the coral reef. So we all agreed on a basic. We all basically agreed that the coral reef is the one that relies most on the water. Okay, I think that's about it. Each member will research. Okay, how the properties you've learned about make life possible, which ecosystem. Okay, all right. So thank you, Ms. Maddox, and that's we concluded that the coral reef is
relies most on the properties of water.
Bye, Ms. Maddox. Bye, guys.